who may recite Kiddush. The accepted practice is that there is a man, if there is a man present, over the age of bar mitzvah, he is the one to recite Kiddush, while the others listen and fulfill the obligation with them. Okay. Each individual, both the one who recited and those who listen to the Kiddush, must have in mind that they are all be included in the same Kiddush. Okay. So it's like if it's a family environment, yeah, absolutely. So like head of the household, so he would say Kiddush. If he's not there, father, let's say not there, or he's sick, he's, I don't know, he's away. So it's proper for a boy, if there's boy above bar mitzvah, it's proper for him to do Kiddush, not for a woman. If she's a single mother, or her husband is not there and kids are younger, so of course she says the Kiddush. There is no question about it, right? But proper for a man. Okay. Okay, and very important, since one person is going to say Kiddush for everybody, so it has to be double link. So for example, if I say Kiddush, I must include in my mind, I must include everybody around the table in my Kiddush. Right, so I'm doing on my behalf and on behalf of all the people around the table, and all of the people around the table must have in mind, right, to be included in my Kiddush. So if one of the link is missing and the person did not fulfill his obligation, right? So if person said, no, I am going to do my own Kiddush, right? Let's say, and he or she, right, or he failed to do so. I mean, he changed his mind, so he was not included in my Kiddush. So, for example, one of my guests, right, so he must now do his own Kiddush. But if he was undecided, say, yeah, I'm going to go with his Kiddush, and then he changed his mind, he wants to do his own, there is no problem. And same is the head of the household, whoever is in charge of the Kiddush. Like this person has to have explicitly in mind that I want to include everybody. It's very, very important. Continue. In a situation when there is no man present, or when none of the men are able to recite Kiddush, when a woman is then a woman is permitted to say it, and she may include the men in her Kiddush. Right? She may include other women and children in her Kiddush as well. So in some cases, as we explained before, if the level of obligation is not the same, so that person cannot include me, for example, in his blessing, right, or in his Kiddush. For example, if child a child is allowed to say Kiddush, right, and he can include this, let's say the child 10 years old, right, so he can include in his Kiddush all of the other kids, there is no problem whatsoever, right, but he cannot include me, because even though all of the kids above the age of Chinuch, let's say 6-7 years old, the obligation to say Kiddush is rabbinic, right? Always rabbinic, right? Whatever they do, it's always rabbinic. Nothing is biblical. But for me, it is biblical. So he cannot fulfill, include me in his Kiddush. But I can include him because my obligation is biblical and he's rabbinical. So, but since, as we said before, our obligation over women are biblical, so she can include me. So out of because of the tznius, because of the modesty issues, so we say let the woman, especially if it's if it's not her family, right? If it's not her family, it's better for her not to say Kiddush. But in a situation when there is nobody else, this the guest, or they cannot talk for whatever, they ignoramus, they do not know how to read, but I'm not sure how today is possible. So you just give them to read in their own language, and there is no problem. They can read in any language Kiddush, and they can fulfill the obligation. So it's better to them to read in any language than this woman to stand, even though she dressed like modest, and say Kiddush in front of the men. It's absolutely not appropriate, and that's why women should not teach in public Torah, right? Even to give speeches. Right, so it's her son bar mitzvah, and she would stand up and talk. It's absolutely not proper. Okay. Because of the laws of the modesty. Okay, but husband is sick, he has fever, he this that, so she can say absolutely, she can say Kiddush, include her kids, him, and everybody else, no problem.